So I found this article on Music Radar. It's a pretty good little site for music related stuff, and especially if you like to make music. I think you just need to be aware that a lot of these things are sneaky ads. But I mean, if you can get past that, there's some interesting stuff on here. I mean, interesting enough for me to talk about it in a video. So this one, there's a special place in hell for those people that want for this business model. Are plugin subscription services really as bad as some people say? Right, so I found this article on Music Radar. It's a great little website, especially if you're a music maker and you use plugins and DAWs and stuff. You just have to kind of be aware that a lot of this stuff is advertisements. So if you get past that, it's good. There's some good information. I mean, there's good enough information for me to sit here and make a video about it. So this is the article. There's a special place in hell for those people that went for this business model. Are plugin subscription services really as bad as some people say? Why the plugin subscription model is on the rise, and is there an alternative on the horizon? Plugin Week 2025. Most of us probably don't remember entering this maze, and yet here we are stuck paying monthly and yearly for plugins that we will never own and may not even be using all that much. It used to be that if you wanted a plugin, you paid for it all up front. If you couldn't afford it, you saved up, bought a cheaper alternative, or downloaded a freeware plugin that could do broadly the same thing. But now, and I touched upon this in the other video as well when I was talking about this kind of thing. I mean, there's a lot of DAWs that come with stuff pre-programmed in now, and I think it's important, depending on the kind of music that you make, as to which DAW you use. So I mean, if you're just making like electronic music and stuff, I mean, Fruit Loops is fine. FL Studio, MPC Beats is a brilliant one. That's a free one that you get when you buy Akai stuff. I'm not sure how much it is if you don't own Akai stuff, but it's a great little DAW. And again, that's got just about everything you could possibly want in it. And I mean, I use that a lot, and I've got so many free add-ins for it. The 8-bit one, I use that quite a lot. So, you don't have to spend that much money, depending on the kind of music that you're making. So he goes on, as I write, the amount of subscription plugin packages is through the roof. Almost every company, from mega conglomerates down to scrappy independent dealers, now offer some kind of subscription package. Whether single instrument, plugin bundle, or monthly sound subscription, it's becoming increasingly rare to find a company that doesn't offer some kind of monthly payment plan. Access to some of the best music making software, technically, is now more affordable than ever, yet few seem to love what the market has become. And again, I think when you're first starting out, if this is your first foray into making music, start with the free stuff. See what's around and see what you can do with the free stuff first. I mean, there's lots of stuff as well, like on Reddits and stuff like that, where people will share stuff that they found for free, and you can download so much stuff for free, and you're not stealing it. It's like, a lot of it's donationware or stuff that people don't want to charge for. But I don't know. I think a lot of people have just got so used to paying for stuff monthly, like Amazon and Netflix and HBO or whatever. So and when you're paying like $10 a month, it doesn't really seem like that much, but for that $120 you could have probably bought the thing 3 times over. All subscription models are from Satan. Hail Satan. And there's a special place in hell for those people in charge that went for this business model, said YouTuber Epson Craft when asked his opinion on subs, adding, I loathe them. I don't think anybody enjoys paying money out there. Many of the producers who responded to our call on social media felt the same as Espen, with varying degrees of vitriol. Steve Heithecker, senior instructor and student advisor at music production school Pyramid Institute, confirmed this sentiment. I think the dislike of subs is almost universally noted. While it's true that older musicians vociferously dislike them, most of our younger demographic feels the same way. I've not known too many folks that actually speak up to either defend this model or support it. A few developers found out about this lack of support the hard way when they abruptly changed to a subscription-only payment model. Waves Audio was forced to backpedal on its subs-only Waves Creative Access after its announcement was met with a massive backlash. Minimal Audio too suffered the wrath of the internet when its subscription-only flagship synth Current debuted, soon reversing its decision, and VCV Rock got some blowback for its subscription plan, VCV Plus, chiefly for the pricing, which exceeds the perpetual license price within 8 months. That's what I mean. I think when you're signing up to these things, my advice would be, don't sign up to it. You know, if you can avoid signing up to something for like a year, you know, if you can cancel it after 1 month, then, you know, it's a pretty safe bet. What I always tend to do is if I am signing up for something and I want to cancel it after a month, I would just put a note on my calendar. Yep, I still use a calendar. But yeah, but you know, if you're tied in for 12 months or something, and that 12 months is going to work out more than, you know, what you'd have paid for it in 8 months, then, you know, I'd say give it a wide berth. I mean, the only way these companies will learn is if people, you know, stop using the thing. How did it come to this? Back in 2007, when Netflix was still sending out DVDs in the mail and sample packs were purchased one at a time, entrepreneur Tin Sao predicted that subscription pricing for consumer goods could someday become a thing. To service these future companies, he launched Zura to handle billing and other infrastructure for companies operating on a recurring revenue model. There are now 3 basic types of subscription service in play: replenishment, curation, and access. The vast majority of plugin subs fall into the access category. Take Splice for example. Launched in 2013, it was one of the first companies in the music production sector to adopt the sub-model. Splice has a massive library of samples and grants you use of it, access, for maintaining a subscription. Roland Cloud, UAD Spark, Fruit Loops Cloud, and most others have similar models. What you get access to may be different, but the gatekeeping approach remains the same. And it's not going away anytime soon either. On its most recent State of the Music Creator Economy report, business analyst Medidia noted that subscriptions will become far more prevalent, up from a quarter of software, sound and services in revenue in 2022 to nearly a third in 2030. This is despite more general macroeconomic pressures like inflation and a rising cost of living. The reason? More people are making music all the time, and developers are keen to make these newbie producers into long-term customers. More music is being released today in a single day than was ever released in the calendar year of 1989, music business economist Will Page, founder of Economic, Spotify and UK performing rights agency PRS for Music, told us. That is an incredible fact. Let this sink in. More new music is generated in a single day now than an entire calendar year just a few decades ago. And more of that music is being done by artists themselves, Page continued, meaning there's even more demand for music production software. Media's findings support this. In 2022, there were 75.9 million music creators, a 12% increase over the previous year. However, the analyst projects that the number will balloon to 198.2 million by 2030, fueled in part by a rise in what it calls consumer creators. Consumer creators transformed photography and videography. Music will be next. Think music for social media and not streaming, with songs directed at following fans rather than a more traditional audience. Not only will casual music creation become mainstream, it will trigger an unprecedented widening of the music creator economy funnel. I mean, I've spoke about this before in videos, you know, the amount of people that are actually making music now, and the market is flooded. I mean, if you're making music for yourself or, you know, for you and your friends to listen to, then that's great. Making music to make a living out of it these days is nigh on impossible. There's so many people doing it. I used to have a gig on a website called Fiverr, where I would compose and record intro music and outro music and background music for YouTubers, podcasters. I still have a few customers left, and I still do that a little bit. But my gigs sort of like started around about $30 and went up to about $60, and that was kind of middle of the road, and still competitive. These days, there's people offering to do it for $5. They're offering to make you an intro or an outro, or 2 minutes of background music that you can loop for $5. Granted, it does only take them minutes, but there's so many people doing it now, and it's so easy to do that it's just not worth doing it anymore. And a lot of the music these days, I will say, it does lack creativity and imagination. So yeah, I mean, I think we are stuck with the subscription based model. I really do. And what I would say to people is, like, a lot of the DAWs that you can buy now, DAWs, DAWs, not doors as in you close the doors, they come with so much stuff already preloaded into them. I mean, you download Ableton. It's got, I think Ableton has basically got everything you need in it. I've not found anything that I can't do with Ableton. Maybe that's just my narrow view of music. But for making beats and, trap beats or hip-hop beats or house beats or anything like that, MPC Beats is an amazing bit of kit, and it's free. I mean, I've never paid a subscription model for anything like this, and I couldn't imagine that I would. But I would say, be careful before you get sucked into it, and always have a look around and see if there's, something you can find that will do the same job but for cheaper, or a one-off payment, because this just sucks. Anyway, jump in the comments and let me know what you think, and don't forget to like and subscribe, do all that YouTube stuff. It really, really, really helps out with the channel. If you want to help support the channel, I've got t-shirts for sale, hoodies, I've got merch for sale. Go and check out the merch, and you can also support the channel with super chats or memberships. Anyway, thanks for watching, take it easy, and peace out.